3 shots, 4 par, I just do 2. 1 putt, par 4, birdie, woohoo. New driver, info, replace, M2, par 5, fairway, what you fin do? Think I'll try to get on into, start right, good line, good view, it drew, shoot and make it.
All right, Barry, how's Copetown? How's things, man?
Yeah, things are great. It's looking out my office window right now, sun's shining, and the golf course is full. It's a wonderful sight.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day today. I haven't been out this year yet, and last time I was out there, we were talking just before we clicked record here about all the rain you guys are getting. So we got all of that last year, the day I was there, but it was still beautiful. It was still in good shape, but it's a great day right now, man. The course is full, tee sheets are full.
Tee sheets are full. We're like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. 7 days a week. It's I refer to it often as Groundhog Day because every day kind of blends into the next. And whether it's a Monday, it used to be the old thing in the industry where, Mondays and Tuesdays were kind of your down days, a little bit slower. Now on Monday's like a Saturday, which is great. It's a good Groundhog Day. So it certainly makes me long for November though, by this time of year.
Always, man. Always looking forward to it, but always looking forward to the end of the year, and then everybody's hounding you to get the year started up early. But
and then by January, I'm lonely, and I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I need to talk to some people again, and get back into it.
Exactly.
But the reason why we're having our chat, Barry, is because you're always coming up with brand new stuff in the industry. Last time we talked, you're creating like date nights, and I know you do the pitch and putt and stuff, the kids events and stuff. It's always like you always have something cool going on at Copetown. It's the best value course in Canada. I don't think that's debatable anymore. I think we actually got good feedback from that. I think a lot of people were actually like, yeah, this is the best value course in Canada. So we can put that out there. I think we can say that. You're going to probably agree with that, I think. So
listen, I would agree with it. I'm not going to stand on a soapbox and say that we are, because there's definitely a lot of great value options out there. And but yeah, I mean, I certainly think what we provide in terms of product and service, you put that towards put that up against a dollar value, and yeah, I think we fall into that category for sure.
Yeah, and I know it's like I was looking the other day, and I think it's Brett Lawrence. He was like really advocating for you guys on the top 59. He was
Brad. Brad's
okay, Brad.
Yeah, Brad. Yeah, he's one of the pros over at Hamilton, and yeah, he loves what we're doing here, and I'm really pushing. I had a lot of people talking, sending me messages about, okay, I haven't seen you in the top 59 yet, top 59 public.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna make it, and I mean, I know we're not, and I mean, we didn't build this golf course to be the best golf course. We don't, we don't have any natural elements like Rocky Mountains or,
right.
A body of water outside of our irrigation reservoir on the 13th hole. Which you'd be hard pressed to, be able to ride more than a Sea-Doo in. So, it is what it is, and we're good with it. I like flying under the radar a little bit, and I'll often post some things of, not necessarily jabs, but little things here and there of like, we missed out again. We just missed out again.
You kind of stirring up the pot? No way.
On this, these different ratings, and obviously there are different aspects to the ratings and what they, how they're built and how, each individual rater comes out, and it's kind of how they see it and how they decide, they want to do it. And at the end of the day too, it all comes down to, are the raters even playing your golf course? And,
right.
I'm not, I don't know who the raters are, and whether they come out and play or not. I mean, hopefully they just come out and play, but at the end of the day for us, making sure that we're still, our tee sheets are full by the way that, people are here playing today. As long as, what I always say to my staff is, when people come in to play golf, when they're driving here, when they're pulling into our driveway, coming up to the clubhouse, the feeling that they have, if we can match that feeling when they leave, because when they arrive, today is their day. Today they're going to shoot their best score. Today, I feel good. Like I might get a hole in one today. I might take some money off my buddies today. So if we can leave them feeling with that or exceed that, we have definitely done our job. And I think for the most part we do. I think, there's nothing crazy, nothing tricked up about what we do. A good good golf course with great conditioning all the time, a beautiful facility with great food that you can sit on the patio and have a cold pint and a bite to eat after, and talk about all your missed putts. I think it's a pretty good equation that we've been able to put together, and yeah, I mean, people keep coming back, so I guess we're doing something right.
Yeah, it's like I can definitely say, well, I guess I should start. I got a couple friends on that panel, so I get a bit of a better understanding of how those things are calculated and stuff, I guess, right? So, you know, if you've played like a couple of those courses, like La Diabla and Deerhurst and stuff that are kind of all like Glen Abbey, that are all kind of in those, you know, 40 to 50, 60 range, something like that, you should come play Copetown as well. It's in that class. It's that good. It's the conditions always peak conditioning. So you definitely got to go check it out. I love the place. I love it. So it's a little bit of a drive for me, but I definitely get up and check it out. And when you drive in, it's hard to beat. Like, the clubhouse is amazing. The experience is cool. And you guys always have like the most random cool shit happening. It's like, it's a cool spot for golf, man. I love it. I love it a lot. So
I just don't like being bored myself. So
yeah,
I'm always trying to keep up with something, get something new happening, and it keeps our staff, engaged too, right? I mean, obviously golfers are one thing that's our main focus, but if we can keep our staff engaged and make it that it's not a boring type Groundhog Day for them, where it's every day is the same and they're seeing the same people, doing these different events and running, what we refer to as the Broccoli Patch Pitch and Putt, which is a kids, little family event, or date night, which is, kind of skews to a different demo, and then these other events that that we're going to chat about here. It's all different type of people, so it's all different people that are being introduced to the golf course that may not otherwise come. If it's just for 18 holes. So 18 holes of golf is here. It's here every day. We've got it. But what else can we do to, it's my thought to be able to, how can we fill off-peak times? How can we fill spaces on our property that aren't being used? And, arrange on a Sunday night at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
And put some bums in seats on the patio, and again, just, introduce all aspects of what we do here, without doing anything real crazy.
Well, and for anybody not like me who does practice, goes to the course to practice, you guys do have some of the best practice facilities around. So if that's your thing, unfortunately it's not mine as much anymore. I'd be a scratch golfer if I was a member at Copetown, or if I was up at Copetown more often. So, but
man,
unfortunately,
the range, I'm looking at the range like out my front office window, and it's about, I'm saying it's probably 125 yards from here.
Yeah.
And I don't practice. It's not my thing either. I get bored.
Mac here for BioSteel. We absolutely love this one on the pod. The hydration mix has been in our golf bags forever. The hydration mix has been designed in the most natural way possible to help you stay hydrated throughout your round of golf. Zero sugar formula is made from clean, quality ingredients and contains no artificial flavors and colors, added vitamins and minerals to help support overall good health, normal function of your golf swing, and your immune system. Simply mix it into some water, and you can enjoy it through all 18 holes. Clean, healthy hydration. Zero sugar, natural health product, no artificial flavors or colors, no artificial sweeteners, no preservatives, caffeine-free, NSF certified for sport. Biosteel.ca, biosteel.com. Use the promo code SCREWS30 for 30% off your order. SCREWS30 for 30% off your order. Stay hydrated, my friends. Mac here for Manscaped, the best in men's grooming. We are back with a limited time offer on the Performance Package 4.0. If you're not watching this on YouTube or on Instagram or somewhere that we have this video posted, you should go look, because I'm going to show you everything in each one of these lineups. The Performance Package 4.0 comes with the Crop Reviver, the Crop Preserver, the Weed Whacker for the nose. This thing would take down Eugene Levy, and the Lawnmower 4.0. We scroll down to the Platinum Package. It includes the Crop Preserver that we already talked about. You can't see it in the screen. Over there is a Crop Reviver, the body wash, shampoo, and conditioner, plus the deodorant, said Weed Whacker, said Lawnmower 4.0. And on top of that, you're going to get free boxers, my favorite pair of all three pairs that I own, my favorite toiletry bag of 2 toiletry bags that I own. Free shipping plus 20% off using the promo code OTSGolf over at manscaped.com or manscaped.ca. The best in men's grooming. Let's get to the back nine. We'll see you there.
The Betrivers Take a Chance Cup, the kind of inaugural event we're hosting here on Thursday, August 17th. And kind of a cool, unique format that really, I would say probably nobody's ever seen before. It's a 9-hole event, and I guess the real big difference that people would kind of hear and see about, right off the get-go is there's 2 flags on every green. So 9 holes, 2 flags on each green. So first, at first, especially golf traditionalists, they're thinking to themselves, "Oh God, here's another gimmicky."
Here he goes again, yeah.
But I mean, the best thing about this format is you still have to golf. You've got to you have to hit good golf shots. The one thing that really comes into play on this is strategy and how you're going to play it and determine the shots that you're going to hit and what your ball flight is and what the pin placements are. So if you kind of think about it maybe in advance, it makes a difference. And so kind of quick, rundown of the format. So 2 flags on each green. 3 times on the first 8 holes, you have to go for what would be considered the take a chance pin. So not always typically in a harder spot on the green, not always. And I'll get to that. So we've got a blue flag, which is the take a chance pin, and the white flag, which is a standard pin. Stableford scoring system. So you've got 1 point for a bogey, 2 for par, 3 for birdie, 4 for eagle, 5 for albatross, if somebody can make one. And so when you take a chance and you go for that more difficult pin, if you score a birdie or better, you get double Stableford points on that hole. So truly is that risk reward, taking a chance. And so what the rules are is 3 times on the first 8 holes. So 3 times, no more, no less. Yeah. You have to announce on the tee to your playing partners prior to teeing off that you're going to take a chance. So you can look at that scorecard in advance. You can look at the pin sheet that I've got made up, and you can say, okay, based on the yardage, based on the pin, whatever, the wind, whatever you're going to put into that thought process, you're going to go for, you're going to take a chance on maybe the first, then the 6th, and the 8th, whatever that might be, 3 times on the first 8 holes. On the last hole, you have the option of taking a 4th chance or not. So depending on how you're playing, you can take a 4th, take a run at that blue pin on the last hole on the 9th green, or you can play it safe and go for the white pin. The reason you may, that your mind may change on that is because if you take a chance on the last hole and you bogey it, you lose 3 points.
Okay.
So if you step up to the tee and you put yourself in jail and you end up bogeying, you lose 3 points, which is obviously could significantly affect your score at the end of it. And so what we've got is we have 52 players in the field. The beauty of this from a golf course management standpoint is it's 9 holes. It's a 9-hole event. We're going to keep our tee open for 18 holes throughout the course of the day, and then by 3:30 this event starts. 9 holes, you're kind of in and out pretty quick. So 52 players are going to go off the first tee. We'll play the front 9, so that 9th green comes back into the club right in front of the clubhouse. Everybody will go. They'll play those 9 holes. Come in, post their scores, and then how I've got this set up doesn't always need to be done that way, this way for this format, but to kind of build some excitement and kind of create a really cool buzz, I've basically created the rules where this is going to be a guaranteed playoff. So somebody could come in, let's just say for argument's sake, somebody could come in with 30 points.
Okay.
And second place could come in at 25 points. Doesn't matter. The top 2 plus ties are going to head out for a guaranteed sudden death playoff. So, I'm sure most players will stick around. We're going to have kind of a cocktail reception on the patio. So as they come in, Bud Light's going to be a partner along with Taylormade and Puma, but have a Bud Light and have some hors d'oeuvres on the patio while you watch those final groups come up. There'll be some music playing. We're not going to be shy about playing music. And once that final group comes in, they'll roll in just prior to dark. just kind of prior to that twilight time. They'll come in, they'll post their scores. That leaderboard will be shown. Top 2 plus ties, so it could be 2, could be 6. Who knows how many players it's going to be. Then we're going to just sit and kind of hang tight. So those leaders, hey, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a couple extra sliders, and we're going to wait until it gets dark, which is really where the cool part comes in. I've got 5 LED light towers coming in that we are going to light up the entire 9th hole. So it's par 4, 430 yards. We're going to throw a light back at the tee, 2 in the fairway, 2 at the green. And these, think of driving on the highway, at night, and you see, it's basically lit up like daylight. That's what we're going to be doing. Once it kind of reaches, real kind of a good level of darkness, I'm going to say maybe 9:15-ish. Back we go to the tee. So we've got as host of the event, Dan O'Toole, formerly of Jay and Dan on SportsCenter. Dan is a Betrivers ambassador. So Betrivers as title sponsor, they are going to bring Dan out for the event. So he'll go and play in the event, and then he'll stick around after. We'll get him mic'd up with a camera. He's going to do some on-course interviews, a couple little walk and talks, but then he's going to go back to the 9th tee with the players that are in the playoff. And okay, all right, I'm here with Mac. Mac and Barry tied for, they're heading into the playoff here right now. We flipped the coin and Mac's got the tee. So Mac, all right, talk me through it. What's your strategy here? Because again, you have a chance to take, you have the option to take that chance or not, go for that hard flag, or stick with the easy one. So now that you've won that coin flip, you're going to tee up first in the playoff. Well, now I'm in the driver's seat potentially to be able to see what you do. So
right,
you all right, Dan, yeah, I'm going to take that chance. I'm going to put some pressure on Barry. I'm going to pipe one down the fairway. Well, if you end up duck hooking that, into the dark on another hole, well, now I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm assuming you're going to pipe it. I'm going to have to take that chance as well to be able to play with you and match you. But now if you do that, you put yourself in jail. Well, now I might play for the easy pin, because if you bogey, you're losing 3 points. All I have to do is just get a bogey and I win. So it's a super cool format. It's like so fun to play. It's only 9 holes, but at no point will you feel like it should have been more than 9 holes.
Yeah.
Which is always the thing about golf is, real traditionalists and players, 18 holes is the thing. This is like your brain is going to be worn out after the thought processes that go through this. And the other fun part about this is I'm going to mess with the yardage. So I'm going to our 7th hole, number 4, number 7, both par 3s, both in the 190s ish, closer to 200 yards from the back tees. Going to keep the 4th hole as is, let them play from 192, I think it is. 7th hole, we've got more of a I guess the trickier green where I can put a real fun pin placement for the blue flag, for the take a chance pin. What we're going to do is I'm going to pull the back gold, the gold marker. We're going to pull that up to 130 yards. So now players are going to have a wedge in their hand, but they're going to have a really tricky pin.
Right.
So I'm going to take a chance on this one. You've got a wedge in your hand. So that's a fun one. The 8th hole, you typically would lay up in front of the water. You'd have 100 to 120 yards wedge shot into a fairly narrow green. That would be your kind of your standard way to play it. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull those blocks up, and I'm going to put the take a chance pin, right in the fat part of the lower part of the green, the easiest part of the green possible, with those tees up with about a 298 yard to the pin, because I want to see you guys pull the driver.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to see and listen, if you can get one up there and put one on the green and putt for eagle, well, there's 8 points, which is a massive, could be a massive swing in kind of where you land, in terms of that leaderboard and getting you up into those top 2 to be able to move on to the sudden death. So it's fun because you can have, it's a different format that you can, as the golf course, we can have some fun with it, move things around. And then from a golfer standpoint, like it makes you think, and it's a ton of fun to play.
Okay. I have so
That's
many
a lot
questions.
to digest.
I have so many questions, but this does sound like This genuinely sounds like to me, like, you know how kind of my game is, and like we
Yep.
played. I was thinking, remember when we thought I almost made the ace? I think it was on 7.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
man, what a letdown! That was such a great shot though. But okay, so this is a singles tournament.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Playing as individual. Yep. Yeah. Down the road, there's there's already discussion of future events.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Playing in teams of 2. Again, playing in teams of 2 could be a real cool format as well.
That would be like, that's what I was thinking, like right away. Like there's so many different layers to this type of tournament that could be so much fun. You'd probably have to have, well, I guess we had them in groups of 4. There'd be scoring and stuff. They could kind of take care of each other, but
Yep.
you'd have to get like, well, you'd have to get somebody out there to make sure it's like legit or something, I guess, too. So, all right. I get to the first tee. So we can have a look at the pins prior to the event or on the day of, or?
Yeah, so day of, once you check in, and I haven't determined that. So here's the other fun part about this, and kind of how I do everything at Copetown Woods, and don't do everything because that's how it's done in the golf industry. I've decided if I'm going to send those pin sheets out in advance, or if that will, let them kind of check it out on the, as they arrive.
Oh, you got to do it. You got to do it day of, Barry. You got to do it day
so
of.
it's probably what it'll probably be that. So they're, they've got to do a little more on the spot thinking, but
yeah.
And there's a lot of players that have never played here that are playing in this event. Like,
right.
Of the 52, I bet over half have not ever played here before, which is cool. But we'll see what kind of Google Earth homework they can do in advance.
So the event is full, 52 players. The field is full.
The field is full, sold out. Like,
okay,
real quick, yeah.
But like we mentioned, I would encourage you to come check it out. One of the best patios in golf that I've ever been to. You would agree. If you go, like, you're going to agree. It's an awesome patio. So it sounds like it'll still be a really cool event to go check out. There'll be food and stuff like that too. But so 52 players, and there is a cash prize for the winner.
So $1,000 cash. So it was $100 to get into. So it's 9 holes. You get some hors d'oeuvres and that. You get a wicked Puma hoodie collab that they've done with Palm Tree Crew. So a Puma Palm Tree Crew hoodie that's, the retail value of the hoodie is $120. Taylormade's going to be there to provide TP5, TP5X balls on the first tee, which also, means something at the end of it. So $1,000 for the first place winner.
Okay.
Paying out the top 10 in cash prizes. So 10th place will essentially get their money back. And sliding scale, moving down from 1,000 down to 100. The interesting part with the Taylormade partnership is, so Taylormade's going to be providing these golf balls on the first tee. If the winner of the event is playing a Taylormade golf ball, that's an automatic extra $1,000.
Okay.
So a little bit of an enticement to play the TP5 and TP5X ball, which there's many reasons to do so, and $1,000 extra is certainly another one to add to that. So could be ideally that's the goal is up $2,000 for the winner, which for a 9-hole event, that's, I would say, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that everybody that's playing in this event, this will be the coolest event that they play in for sure this year, maybe in a long time.
This does like genuinely sound like one of the coolest golf events. Like definitely this is right up my alley, Brycer's alley. This is kind of like something that is, we're really into this type of like unique event, and you always seem to kind of put them on. Have you ever seen this before, Barry? Like, is this just built by Barry?
No, not built by Barry. No,
okay.
built by kind of started over, in the UK. I saw this 14 years ago. And it's kind of, had a little bit of momentum, and then it completely, has fizzled out, died. Hasn't been, I don't know anywhere that it's been done in over 10 years. I've had this, always known about this, wanted to, really do something with it. Haven't had the opportunity to really kind of, put something like this out there. But I figured the timing was right. And, and Betrivers as our title partner, their title sponsor, they're all about taking a chance, and life is better when you take chances, and kind of hence the name and the kind of terms of that risk reward and kind of having that, that fun, fun element to it. And, there's not necessarily a specific betting component to this event. But it very much lends itself well to that.
Yeah, definitely. Like there is, like you said, you're taking a chance. So I want to make sure I got it straight. So we got 3 times in the first 8 holes. So do you have to pre-select those holes before you start your round, or can you do it as you approach said tee block?
But as you approach said tee block, yeah,
Okay.
you don't need to do that in advance. Again, it could be depending on which way the wind's blowing. If you're downwind on 8 and you can, you want to drive that green, or vice versa, if it's in your face and you don't think you can get there, you might want to, you may want to lay up. And that said, you still might want to, take that chance and go for that pin and maybe just lay up short of the water, hit a wedge shot in, because that white pin now, the standard pin, well, that's up top left of the green, where it's going to be, it's a bit of a trickier spot to be able to, to get that wedge shot into. So, definitely a lot of. I don't know that you'll see players focus on the pin sheet before they play as much as they're going to at this event.
Yeah. Well, I know. Okay, so anybody who's following us at this point, I'm giving away a little advantage here, but there are flyovers on the Copetown Woods YouTube channel. So you can go over and check out. I don't know if you want me to cut that out, Barry, but it's public It's public information. There's drone footage out there. And the way
I used to tell my kids when I coached them in hockey and in hockey for face-offs and line changes. Bryce, he's a hockey player, right? If you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough when it comes to line changes and face-offs. You're always going to get one warning. So, but this isn't cheating in that sense.
It's out there.
That's just doing homework. That's just doing homework.
Yeah, I'm not even in the event. I'm doing the homework, but I'm doing the homework for you. But how quickly did this sell out? Like when I first heard of it, I was like, I messaged you, and then you're like, it's full. Like, did it just go like?
Yeah, it was like a week and a half.
Oh man,
week and a half. And I mean, I put this out. I mean, I put one post about it throughout, on my Copetown Woods social channels.
Yeah.
And that kind of put it over the edge. Prior to that, it was just, I built a social channel for the, at Take a Chance Cup, on Instagram, and really kind of started, building it out through some of the different, word of mouth through some of the different, local golf pros or top amateurs that I know. And it spread pretty quick.
All right, I'm grabbing that page right now. So anybody who's interested in following along, kind of checking it out. Like the first post is so cool with like under the lights. So I'm going to link it in the show notes along with Copetown Woods website and all that kind of stuff too. But so if you want to check it out, definitely just click below. But I feel like I wrote down like a million questions, but yeah, I don't want to kind of flood with too much information, but Stableford scoring, which is really cool. That's like another element, adding that onto, like, I know you said it's a Betrivers event. So taking a chance, it's not necessarily a betting event, but like adding a Stableford type of scoring onto that is so, I don't know. It's just another layer of kind of, not gambling, but you know what I mean? Like a gamble in your game, within your game, right? So I really like that.
For sure. And there's not many events that you can play in that have that.
No. Man, that's wild. Okay, so we got the event that goes out, and then we're gonna pause, tally up all the scores, and then everybody's going back out on the lights on number 1.
Back out on number 9. So we're gonna come right back up in front of the clubhouse.
Okay.
Yeah. So the 9th hole will be lit. Tough, tucked pin.
Yeah.
For the Take a Chance pin. And again, Dan O'Toole, with the fuzzy mic, kind of doing the walk and talk. We haven't nailed all this stuff down yet, but I'm envisioning Peter Costas style, old school headset, and interviewing on the tee, and then leaving the tee. All right, okay, so yeah, now you're in the middle, like it's the walk and talks, like like Nick Taylor did walking up, walking, I think 15 or 16 at the Canadian Open. But yeah, just doing that stuff and just capturing some cool content. We'll have we'll have, drone videography and a camera crew out here covering the whole thing. And so we'll have some pretty good highlight packages to be able to share after the event, which the only thing that's going to make people do is I think will be, making people clamoring for information of when the next one's going to be.
This is the coolest event I've heard of in a long time. Like, this is unbelievable, Barry. So, anybody's kind of watching, like, I think everybody watched the Canadian Open when Nick Taylor was like, I think he was on like 17. He popped the AirPods in. But if I could have any requests, like, can we try and find like an old school headset, like bigger than the ones I'm wearing right now, but like, like the big ones, like the full with the fuzzy mic out front, like. Dan O'Toole doesn't live far from me. I'm going to see if he can pick me up on the way. I'm going to slide in those DMs, see if he can pick me up on the way. I got to come check out the event. This is really cool, Barry. I know you don't have a ton of time, so we got to let you go in a couple minutes here, but I genuinely appreciate you putting on events like this, because there's not too many courses that are, especially courses, that are elite public courses, whether they get that recognition or not. We won't go there, but whether they show up on the list or not. Copetown Woods is a beautiful course. It's hard to beat. It's a former broccoli patch. Like, Barry and his family know what they're doing. Obviously the grass is like in amazing condition. The course is always in amazing condition. This is going to be really cool. I'm in my head thinking about exactly how number 8's going to lay out. I don't want to share too much more information. I feel like I know exactly where the pin is going to be to take a chance pin on number 9. Again, I don't want to share that information either. I've done too much, and I'm sure you have an idea of where that is, or if you've played the course, I'm sure you have an idea of where it is. But this genuinely just seems like the coolest event in golf. And I'm glad that we could have a chat, kind of share the information. Are we trying to encourage people to come out and check it out if they can? Come out and have a drink on the patio?
Yeah, if people want to come and have a drink on the patio, I would certainly, make a reservation, because it's, we're going to have obviously a sectioned off space for the participants, and making sure they're looked after. But
right,
if people want to come out and kind of gather around the 9th green for that, once we flip those lights on, and they head back to the tee, the DJ's playing, we get the radio from the 9th green. Mac O'Toole's Mac is here with Dan, and they're just talking. Okay, Mac has elected to take a chance, so then the DJ will then announce around the 9th green that Mac will be taking a chance. So now we're going to know, everybody around the green is going to know kind of what's going on. So there'll be no surprises coming in, and
that's so cool.
Yeah, and seeing how that finish plays out. And the beauty of this is, adding the lights was kind of a secondary thought for me, and it's turned into the best one that I've had, because now we don't have to worry about daylight. So if there's six players in the playoff, and it takes 5 goes back to the 9th tee, we've got nothing but generator power to keep that going.
I love it, man. This is the coolest thing ever. I love this event. This is so cool. I'm in the next one for sure.
Awesome.
We got to find a spot. We got to get on there and reserve a spot for me somehow in the future. But maybe if we get a 2-man going, Brycer and I will get out there and try it out. We do believe that we might have one of the best 2-man scrambles on the planet between him and I. So he hits it like nails off the tee, and I can roll it. So hopefully we'd figure it out some way. But
there you go. Well, it's I'll definitely accept that registration and get you guys out here, and we'll put you up to see if you can put your money where your mouth is. So.
Yeah, I don't mind losing a little bit of money for a good cause, man. This is sweet. Plus, you get a cool Puma hoodie in the word, like, anyway, right? So why not? Why not try
Absolutely.
it out? And like, it just genuinely seems like you would have a great time going, win or lose. Like, obviously, winning cash is always great, but like if you go out and you're gonna have such a fun time playing in this event. That's really cool. I know you guys have you're a little tight for time, but I know you guys have a couple other really cool things going on around the club in around that time. So we're August 17th, right, for this one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then I know you guys have another couple cool things going on. Do you have a minute to talk about any of those, or do we?
Yeah. So the night before we've got Taylormade again is kind of one of our good partners, as a partner of Mac Boucher, who if you don't follow Mac Boucher on Instagram or TikTok, he's a great follow and hits some pretty crazy golf shots. He's a lefty, and he's created this. He's kind of his own little. It's a gang. It's called the Lefty Golf Gand.
Yeah.
And so Taylormade's running an event with him, in conjunction with him, It's going to be a Lefty Golf Gang event. It's going to be 24 players, 12 lefties versus 12 righties. So, if you go into Mac Vouchers, his page, his Instagram account, and his bio, there is a registration link in there to be able to enter, an entry form, I suppose, to enter in, to be able to win a chance to come out and play this. So that's going to be an evening shotgun event where they'll go out and play 9 holes, not in the same format. They'll go out and play that. And there'll be kind of a big surprise at the end for that one. But you get a chance to play with Mac, and again, film some really cool content out here, and that one Taylormade's picking up the cost on all that, so that's a free one. So again, it's I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's Mac Voucher Golf. Looks like Boucher, but it's Voucher, Mac Voucher Golf. Check him out if we're doing that the night before. So give me a couple cool nights here. I'm often here in the dark, but usually in the AM hours when I get here in the morning. That'll be a couple burn the candle at both ends for me to be here and get everything set for the day and then execute these wicked events at night.
That's so cool, Barry. And Mac is he's a friend of the pod. He's been on a couple times. He was on last month, so I'm going to, or it was when he was playing in the NSW, I think it was, when he was down in New South Wales. So might have been a couple months ago now. So I'll reach out to Max, see if I can grab a link. I'll drop that in the show notes below if I can.
Cool.
Might as well register, go check it out, or just big things at Copetown, Barry. This is awesome, man. Thank you so much. I know you got to run, Barry, but I don't know. Thanks for putting on these cool events, man. It's really cool that we have this in the golf space, because there isn't much of it. I think we're trending to this platform, to this world, and it's really great. And you're a pioneer, my friend. It's really awesome. I love it.
Well, again, I don't know that I call myself a pioneer, but the one thing that I would say is I'm not scared to do it. I'm not, and I've got a little more rope than a lot of other people do that run golf courses. As a family owned and operated business, it's, I've got a little more leeway to be able to make stuff like this happen and take these chances, and literally taking a chance. I'm taking a chance on events like this, because it's only good things can come of it. If something doesn't go great, we'll tweak it and do it again.
Of course, yeah. Like that's the beauty of it, right? So, again, I'm gonna drop this up. It'll be up on Friday, which is, I guess, August the 4th. So you got a couple of weeks to check it out, and just follow along, check it out, and maybe you can get into the next one if you're interested. If you have any questions, definitely, I'm gonna link Barry's the Copetown Woods profile, the Instagram profile, and the website there, so you can always reach out to Barry if you have any questions. But this is just really, really cool. Looking forward to it, Barry.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Is out in my ball in the course where I tee up. I lose the ball and I re-up. I miss a fairway, I probably end up in the ocean or maybe the beach. And I'm on a par 5 and I'm finna go reach it. Second was blind, I ain't see it. Feel like it might be an albatross, worst case scenario.